Oh, yeah. I was like, what the heck?
That's two.
Why are people switching characters? I got one more. And I'm out of here, guys. They're gonna pull me off with the old cane on stage.
Yeah, just like yoink. Some Wile E. Coyote bits.
Oh, Town and City of all places. Guess what? This is gonna be a good stage if you're Kazuya because you can just get in when it's empty. It'd be like that sometimes. But guess what? You got to get in first because PK Fire says hello.
And this layout in particular can be really, really good for Ness. But if you're going to spend too much time off stage or off the ground and in the air, that's prime opportunity for the Electric Wind Gone Fist to land.
He tried to bounce back and just immediately got hit by the end hits of PK Fire. So not everything is safe around here, folks. Okay, this is a slobber knocker of a set immediately. Oh, a little bit of a beat 'em up.
Avoiding the PK Thunder, but spending so many resources in order to do so. Xero
Nice.
chilling, waiting, then going off stage with that back air. Huge pickup. Not going to let Wheezer play the air dodge mix-up. You just go out there and hit him. Oh, bye.
Speaking of bye. Yeah, I feel that, buddy.
Yeah.
That must hurt. Kazuya does not mess
You
around.
rolled behind Kazuya, and their electric input became a stature smash. That's crazy. They still get the combo.
You roll in versus a character that auto turns around.
Oh.
Oopsie.
Oh, wow. Huge jump call out there.
Nice.
Xero finding the fair grab. Full combo extension, finding the platform, too, for 50%.
I like the get-up attack. You know, we're going to stop that yo-yo in its place. We're not giving that out for free. Hey, ow. Hey, stop kicking me, man. Ow. Dude, relax.
Huge down tilt pickups, but a little bit too much rage in order for the Dragon Godfist to land. The wall rising typically is an amazing reset, but only really combos when Kazuya doesn't have rage.
This has been so difficult for Wheezer to really get back. I mean, we talked about this a little bit. Like, Ness will be able to stuff you out a bunch of times. And now we're just going to try to wall out the Kazuya because guess what? The funny button is here. Didn't quite hit. So if you're Xero, you're like, hey, cool. I get to live another 10 seconds maybe?
And Weezer's taking the more action-oriented approach where instead of just trying to command dash around as the dash attack takes out the stock, instead of just trying to like command dash around and wait for that one opening where you can potentially take a stock and leave Xero at like close to 0% to get your full combos, Weezer's been doing a lot more up airs, trying to anti-air and trying to air a little bit more with a very, very strong. Oh no, bye.
Oh, we're living.
Yeah, the Demon Wings were just enough. I thought Xero might go out, but chose to just commit to the yo-yo.
Okay, we avoid a little bit. We got a little bit of electric and a little bit of up smash. One hit's all you need is Kazuya.
Yeah.
Welcome to the game, folks. In case you missed it. Kazuya
Truly
Mishima.
is. That seems to be the play, though, from Wheezer. It's like, hey, I'm perfectly fine with letting you not just like stay at 0, but if you give it to me, that's great. Unfortunately, too much rage for the down throw electric to combo. Instead, we're just going to try and nickel and dime with things like the flash punch combo, with things like the up air, with things like forward air, that searing edge. Like, and just get you to 80%, where then one electric up smash just takes you out.
And sometimes that's the name of the game. It's just, I do need to pick my battles carefully. Sometimes I'll need to just take some losing positions and trades. And hey, I guess there is that you mentioned, but guess what? You couldn't quite recover it enough to get back safely. Then game 1 going to 0.
Yeah, Xero played that entire offstage interaction really, really well. Because you saw the grab ledge, the first time it was a grab ledge from Wheezer. But they let the yo-yo go a little earlier so that the get-up attack, they could spot dodge it in time and find a forward tilt. And then a long-winded recovery route. Oh, I know he's going to go for a laser, so I'm not going to commit to the yo-yo. I'm just going to wait here, shield the laser, and find the appropriate punish afterward. Super nice situational awareness from Xero, like 2 or 3 times over to take the game. And that's what you have to do against Kazuya. Be aware of the situation, know when to engage or when to disengage, and when Kazuya's off stage, it's definitely go time.
Yes. Again, having a character that has a lot of tricks, a lot of layers. You know, I've kind of described Ness as kind of being like an onion. You got layers, you know?
We're back.
So we're so back, folks. We're so back. I like that. I like a little bit of depth to the players here. And I like knowing when to hold your tricks in and know when to kind of dish them out in those decisive moments. If I am Kazuya Mishima, I am thinking I need to press electric until I hit. That's my brick wall analysis because Kazuya is certainly a character.
It's tough to get off that game plan, right?
It is,
because there are so many long stages where playing with the electric as your main and primary game plan is so important. And it's really hard to get away from, oh, Ness is going to spend like 90% of the game in the air. Why don't I just like anti-air him with my anti-air that kills you?
Dude just headbutting this kid in the face. He is a child, by the way. Be nice.
Kazuya does not care.
Canonically, I bet he would probably
absolutely does not care.
he would absolutely headbutt a child to death.
Yeah, Stonehand is for everybody. Oh, trying for the Flash Tornado, though. We're at these percentages where Flash Tornado in the corner can close out stocks. Up air might just close out stocks if you find it, but Xero playing with these double jump cancels, keeping close to the ground. Demon Wing resets the situation. We're back at neutral range.
And hey, we're back to PK Fire.
It's time.
If that's the button you need to press to find your in, and it works. So guess what? That's the name of the game sometimes. That was the most just like brutal, immediate death I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, you just wave a win and then like,
boom.
Back tilt, boom.
Kick came out so fast. That was a jump scare if I've ever seen it.
It was awesome. Ooh,
that's a 21%. That's crazy.
The damage boost from having the rage drive online matters so much, but the forward air gets rid of the rage drive and gets rid of the jump, and the up beat's called out.
I love that from Xero. I was like, okay, yeah, come on, try to recover, buddy. If you like to recover high to avoid something like the yo-yo, let me just catch you while you're going on the up. And then you go down from going up.
That's what I mean, though. Like, play horizontal. Force Kazuya off stage, then take advantage of his really, really slow airspeed. Oh, but the tech on the platform is going to avoid the up smash. We're seeing some dash backs, some weavies forward. Not trying to commit too hard. Instead, just letting Xero come to him.
Okay.
Jab, jab, Gates of Hell. So much damage. Now we're at just electric upbeat percentages. We're looking at most even straight hits will close out in the corner, but we're reading the air drive and tries for the footstool extension, but the Hell Sweep gets by the PK Fire, and we are back to a somewhat semblance of control.
If I'm Wheezer, I would do one of the reflector kicks like just once on the PK Fire just to call it out and just like put it in Xero's brain like you do not get this for free, and if you're at high percentage, you will probably get die off of a grab.
Yeah, those forward tilts are certainly goes crazy. Tries for the up smash though. We're just a straight hit percent, but it's so hard to hit Ness sometimes. You just
it is
looking for an up air, looking for a back tilt, looking for a down smash.
You maybe try to armor through some button.
Maybe, yeah.
That Xero would just try to throw out. Again, getting called out. Oh, again, getting called out. The rage, a little bit of the extra finesse, a little bit of the extra sauce to take that.
Might be seeing like a full crouch move in here. No, we're just looking for the back tilt yet again, and Xero playing perfectly around it.
Oh, we're drag down. Hey, how many up airs, kid?
44% worth, it seems, of that arena. And we're seeing Wheezer lose all control of this match, so he was in such prime position to kind of snowball out of control. Instead, Xero played within himself and played super confident around these platforms. And yes, of course, PK Fire.
Hey, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works.
Fire.
If they're going to spam electric, then I can spam PK Fire. We can shake hands on this.
Ness is the wizard that just hit level 5, and it's like, oh, okay, fireball time.
Fireball.
Every spell slot becomes fireball. And hey, nice percent is doable. You know, it's not that bad. You can make some magic happen. He didn't quite find the trueness. Gates of Hell coming out.
I mean, 77%, 77%.
And yeah, one touch and you're basically within rough damage. Okay, trying to get call out, but you mentioned this in an earlier set, is you don't want to get fancy with it. You just need to take the damage and take what you can get because this is an important game. And 07's in the chat. Goodbye. Let's go Wheezer. Someone thinks they're at a concert.
True. That works in 2 places.
It's true.
No, some pop-offs for the Rage Drive coming out from offstage. It is doing the true input, just like with Terry. You can count the neutral get-up input as that first forward input, so you can get it instantly going from ledge. And Xero had just landed, so you know what? Swinging for the fences.
Good option. Made it work. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it, what, Blue Album out of 10?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, makes sense. Man, guess what? You're on the board, too.
And the way that this set has started, as we saw instantly with like 2 interactions back-to-back, once Wheezer got a little fancy trying to cash out on some conditioning that Xero was more than willing just to take the initial hit for, in the case of trying to read spot dodge with the while rising input instead of just going for the Gates of Hell command grab yet again, we saw that not work. So instead, Wheezer went back to, hey, you know what's really good about Kazuya? Electric. You know what's really good about Kazuya? Rage Drive input. You know what's really good? Like, let me just do the good things. And then once Xero, I notice him start to play around the good things, obviously, in ways I can punish, in positions I can punish, then we'll start mixing it up. But so far, just for both sides, Xero also doing the same thing with all these PK Fire cancels. Just do your good stuff and make your opponent play around it.
Yeah. If you stick to your game plan and you press the good buttons until every button has a purpose.
Every one.
Even the suboptimal and situational buttons have a time when that is the best option. Hey, if it works, it works. Didn't quite that time, but maybe it will sometime soon. Maybe it was a little bit of foreshadowing on the part of Wheezer.
pressuring jump from ledge is very important against Ness. It's very important in this game in general.
Yes.
So good to kind of establish that option early from Wheezer, especially in a game 3 situation. You know you've got 2 more games at least.
Okay, not quite enough. And I like the recovery option. We're mixing up a little bit. So now Xero has to kind of respect and adapt to different scenarios here. A lot of back aerials being bought out here. Makes sense.
Hyper safe with the wavies forward, the dashes forward. Nothing too crazy. Not even trying to go for the command dashes. Instead, we're dashing back more often, but nice pressure from Xero, putting all of it online. And the bubble damage is actually going to get rid of the rage art, and you're not even going to recover anyway, so it does not matter. Xero taking the first stock.
A little bit of unfortunate situation there, but hey, guess what? If you're Xero, you can try to get some extra credit as much as you can here. I see 18. Oh, calling out the spot dodge as well. We turn that into a nice 40. Guess what? You roll in. We turn that into a nice 67. Thunder coming out here soon. Getting called out, though.
70% off of just a couple reads as well. These PK Fires doing so much, and just playing stage control. Dash attack, yeah, that's all you get at that point, and it doesn't even close out the stock. Xero taking the longer recovery route. Wheezer trying again, another jump from ledge mix-up, but the Flash Tornado anti-airs and takes the stock.
Sometimes a good kick is all it takes.
Yeah, back tilt goes crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes, hey.
And I like that I can say back tilt, and that's just like an input.
It's very special. Only just for you.
Just for him.
He deserves a jump scare, by the way. 1 frame jump scare. Keep you on your toes.
Oh, whoa, what a super late, low hitbox of that up air. We are running low on shield health, by the way. Wheezer choosing just to take a little bit of time, let the shield recover a little bit as PK Fires are tossed.
Korean backdash are going crazy. This,
oh yeah.
Infinite Abyss. Can we get some Infinite Abyss overlay music here? Infinite Azure, sorry.
Rest in peace, Tekken 7.
Rest in peace, Tekken 7. Hello, Tekken 8.
122. This is the type of game plan that you kind of anticipate when someone's air camping Kazuya. The Kazuya just like waiting for Xero to hit the ground. Another get-up attack.
Hey, we got to make it work here. Not quite going to KO because it's still a little low percentage, but now you're in triple digit. You can make maybe a harder hit happen here. Just a second.
And those are the type of moments that I like to point out when how Rage can really mess up Kazuya. Because as the Heaven's Door lands, that earlier electric could have comboed into up smash if Wheezer wasn't at 140% rage. But because he was, he had to go for the Demon Wings instead, and that threw off his combo game, and thus Xero is still kicking and screaming and swinging for that nair out of shield, out of any sort of scramble. Looking for the down smash, but it's a little bit too late. Wheezer gets up with it yet again, another get-up attack. Oh, you got caught dashing in the up air, closing the stock.
There you go. That's done. And guess what? A little bit of a lead for how long? Maybe 5 seconds if we're lucky here from Wheezer, because right now you're at ledge. It's a dangerous game. And there you go. Nice.
I think that was actually 5 seconds. So
hey.
Let it rain, not lying. Let's go.
Staff is waiting to yank me off.
That's
hey, guess what? Back to the same old, same old.
Oh, yeah.
Dead even, by the way. Until you get hit once.
I mean, that did 32, which is insane, but like, at the same time, it's like, oh, only 32.
Yeah, against Kazuya, you're like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm not.
Only 32%.
My stock isn't gone, and we're cashing out with so much damage. Xero just has like a really solid information bank going on. Like,
yeah.
Tech roll ins are getting called out. Air dodge times are getting called out yet again, and now this low recovery has to be played around, and it does so with Wheezer thanks to holding onto some of that aerial momentum with that upbeat.
113%, stalling a little bit there. What are we going to do?
No jump, but the series.
Hitting buttons. Are we going to get the little bit of the command grab special coming in here? Oh, couldn't quite follow up off of that roll on the platform. Oh, yeah, bopping you point blank. If it works, it works. Can we get a little bit of command throw for the girlies at home?
Yeah, we're trying to play around everything in the kitchen sink when it comes to Xero's offense because we know what we want, but we didn't play around dash attack that gets rid of the rage drive, but the fair trade is ordered to...
Electric into a B. That was amazing that he lived. And it's like, okay, we're scrapping. Just when you're in the corner at Ness percentage, when you've lost your stock multiple times to Ness forward air, it is so brave of you to try to scrap in this scenario. Come down with a button and saying no. And then manage to find your footing just enough to get back on stage, electricking through and taking that game. That was down to the wire. Look at that face in the bottom right. Look at he's like, uh-oh. Kazuya Mishima.
It's the problem that Xero realized in that moment is while the dash attack was super, super well done, an excellent mix-up, it didn't close out the stock. You miss that fair trades disengage completely. It's not worth it to try and catch Kazuya when he's landing because a landing buffered electric beats 90% of buttons in the game, whether it tramples over a projectile or just flat out hits you for trying to dash attack or jump at him. It's not worth it in those high scrambles, especially since you're Ness, who has a really good air game and a kill throw.
You got a lot of tools in the trade here. So guess what? Wheezer, who was looking a little bit rough in that first game, up 2-1. Going into this game 4, first of all, PS2, tried and true. Yeah. It makes the best games, some might say.
And it's just worth it to, on both sides, you want the space as Ness, and you want the platforms as Ness, and you want the long stage width as Wheezer, so you can command dash and wave you across all the entire stage and threaten electric from anywhere and threaten invincibility from anywhere.
I like how you said Ness, but then you said Wheezer. And then, because if you think about it, both the band and the player likes a big stage.
That's true.
It makes sense.
It's
I like
true.
that, a little bit of dual application.
Yeah,
here.
you got the lights going on. Like this is you got the screen. This would be a really great, like, when's the live band performance on the
How would Wheezer fare with hazards on, you know?
I feel like they do pretty well.
They would go crazy with the air pumping up and the windmills and everything.
It'd be kind of awesome.
That'd be sick. Goes to the Frosty zone and you see Sakurai's cat in the house as they're playing.
Right there, ready and waiting for the band. As we see another PSI flash and then the dash attack to cover, we know for sure that Wheezer wanted to fall past ledge and not land on stage, but Xero finds the punish anyway. You got to punish those mistakes.
Speaking of punishing, hello.
Got to punish those mistakes, and unfortunately, jumping at Kazuya is always a mistake.
It is indeed. How much percentage are we going to get? We are continuing on. I like that. 73. That's some good damage. And guess what? Now you're in the corner. Electricking through, back air to follow it up. Triple-digit %, by the way, off of just this continued exchange here, as Xero just has not found any purchase in the defenses of Wheezer. Getting 1.8% maybe, but guess what? Oh, hey, we're doing a little bit of the fancy tricks on the. We're playing tricks with it too at the bottom. Not quite getting the fall up there.
That was
command grab, not either.
That could have been maybe dash demon wings is what he wanted. Instead, he got hell sweep. That's a shame. Still at 160 though, we're catching all of these jumps from ledge and jumps back to stage, looking for Nair that time. And there's the heavy armor up the just flat out armor on the Heaven's Door rather.
Yep.
Just able to power right through that up tilt.
I was really expecting to see more command grab because it happened once and I was like, oh, it's a good call out. You didn't get the stock in that earlier instance, earlier in the set, but I was like, okay, now you got a little bit extra tool in the toolkit, you can break it out, a little bit of conditioning there, make some magic happen. Okay, we're punching the child.
We're making some magic happen for sure because we're playing on platforms way better in this game. Wheezer is doing a lot more like Waveland tech chasing as opposed to anything else, and like some of the Ferb stacks as well. Nothing too insane, but just able to make Xero a little bit uncomfortable with kind of DIing to those platforms.
And if I'm Xero, I'd be starting to get a little bit nervous because you're at 64%. This might be your turn inside stock right now. You got to get the stock soon and then a whole nother one on Kazuya. And it's just triple-digit %, backwards aerial. That's it. Look at that. A nice set from Wheezer. Kazuya Mishima wins. And sometimes that's all you